My 63 Rambler American, another buy off of eBay, bought off Simi Valley, California about 2 years ago. Originally had some torque thrust wheels and white letter tires. It looked pretty sharp. They tried to lower it with lowering blocks in the back. I ran it that way. I immediately took the blocks off, put it back up to a normal height, and just kind of left it like that. But then I decided to go just basically all stock. I had a 65 Ford that had regular rims on it when I bought it, and it was tan too, so the paint matched. Bolt pattern's the same. Bought a set of Rambler hubcaps for it, and put it back basically to stock. The guy that had it, or somebody that had it, had cut holes in the lower valance. I assumed maybe put a V8 in it at some point, and they were cut real nice, but there were just two big holes under there. And I started looking at 65 Mustangs and noticed how they did their backup lights, and so I bought a set and threw them on there, and they don't look too bad. A lot better than the holes. Haven't hooked them up to the transmission yet, but it looks better than two holes back there. This is the 330. This has the flathead 6-cylinder in it. I see a lot of them on YouTube have the overhead valve, but the flathead was the cheaper of the two motors. One reason I bought it, I couldn't believe that somebody was still putting a flathead engine in a car from the 1960s. It runs very well. It's not a powerhouse, but it gets down the road, gets really good mileage. Only problems I really ever had with the car when I first bought it, the front end would just bottom out at like a sharp bump. It felt like the suspension was just going to come through the engine compartment there. The shocks look fine. And then I found out that the shocks that they used on these Ramblers were exclusive to the Rambler American. You could not use another type of shock off a Javelin, a Gremlin, another 63, a larger American Motors car, and a guy in Moline called Blazers Auto. They do parts for AMC, Hudson. Nash's dad was a big AMC guy here in the Quad Cities. Also was one of the original Edsel dealers at the time. But he has new shocks made periodically by some company, and I was lucky enough to get a set, and now it goes over bumps without any problems. So if you need parts for your AMC, Hudson, Nash, call them up. They're on the web. That's Blazer with a B, and I don't have the phone number, but you can find him on the web. Very nice folks. You can see the interior's been done a little as far as the door panels. You can see somebody needs to vacuum. Carpet a little bit better. It does have the Nash seats that fold down. Any father's nightmare for a kid having one with his daughter. Didn't have a armrest, but I got one again on eBay just the other day. Interior's pretty clean on it. There's some things I haven't done to it. I need to redo some of this trim work on the side and where that glue's coming undone. Interior's pretty sparse. They did put electric windows too. That was not stock. As far as driving, this is probably one of the best driving little cars I've ever had. Starts easily. Just a simple gauge. Gets very good gas mileage. Again, it's not a powerhouse, but it goes down the road very nicely. Another problem I did have with it was the automatic transmission. It would not shift into high or into third. When I took the pan off, somebody had used RTV sealant to put the gasket back in place. I think some of that might have got into the transmission.